Shalom. So I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh, and the one in the city apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the I keep teaching his word through the four corners. And true sincerity. Back on the lesson, through the spirit prayer, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Allah willing, it's edifying, straight to the point. Okay, and you can see on the screen, okay, what the topic is going to be. Okay, about these port strikes. Okay, hey, call on my Bashima Shiloh, low when this port strike lasts, for as long as it needs to be, so this economy can collapse. Okay, so they're basically going on a strike because they want to raise, so with this strike going on and when not different goods being coming in and being dispersed, it can cause shortages. Okay, it can cause different shortages, which can ultimately cause price of foods and goods to go up. Okay, it says nearly 50,000 members of the International Longshoremen Association are on strike Tuesday against the nation's east and Gulf Coast port. So I believe this strike happened at midnight. Okay, all right, when it hit Tuesday midnight. Okay, they went on. That strike happened. It says exports in what becomes the country's most disruptive work stoppage in decades. The strike, which began at midnight, will stop the flow of a wide variety, of goods. It says expect shortages of bananas, booze, chocolate, cherries if there's a long port strike. Okay, over the docks of almost our cargo ports from Maine to Texas. This includes bananas, European beer, wine, and liquor, along with furniture, clothing, household goods, and European autos, as well as parts needed to keep U.S. factories operating and American workers in those plants on the job. Among many other goods, it can also stop U.S. ports now flowing through those ports, hurting sales for American companies, right? So this is affecting, all angles. Okay, food is affecting, American workers in those plants from working safely. Okay, it's also affecting the sales of these different American, companies. It's like it. It's also affecting, the money all around. Okay, with these shortages, let's say the price goes up, for these different goods, we know the main people that won't be able to afford it. Okay, Jake. Okay, it says, skipping down. I'm not gonna read the whole article. It says, for if we have to be here on a month or 2 months, the Wish world will collapse. It says ILA President Harold Daggett in an interview with CNN Tuesday morning. Go blame them. Don't blame me. Blame them. It says possible shortages depending on the length of the strike could result in shortages of consumer and industrial goods, which could then lead to price hikes. It could also mark a setback to the economy, which has shown signs of recovery from pandemic-induced supply chains disruptions that resulted in a spike of inflation. Okay. It says about 1.2 metric tons of bananas come in through the struck ports. It says raw materials by U.S. food producers such as coca, and sugar make up a large portion of the affected imports as well. Just mainly non-perishable goods like furniture, appliances, are imported through affected ports. So if this strike continue for let's say a month or 2 or 3 months, okay, it can really affect the price of these goods. And as I was saying, it's gonna affect everyone, but first it's gonna be Jake, because Jake don't got no fucking money. we're poor. Okay, but us men of the Lord, we're not worried. I'm not even gonna say really, we're not worried at all. Okay, because we want this economy to collapse. Shit. Let the pork start happening. So that inflation goes through the roof. That people are not eating. That people are starving. That the economy collapse because we want all hell to break loose. Okay, the scriptures tell us, for the kingdom to come, all hell basically gotta break loose, man. Okay, for our kingdom to come, all hell gotta break loose. Shit, we for it because we hasten the kingdom. Okay, 2 Peter, 3 and start at 9. It says, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, not that some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. All is talking about the elect of Yahweh Shem Shai, which are the so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's what the elect consists of. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So the day of the Lord is going to be as a thief in the night. You're not going to know what day that is. Because when a thief comes in your house, he don't knock at the door. He don't warn you. It just happens at a sudden. Okay? And suddenly that's when that day is going to come. Okay? And this is the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Okay? And the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Because the way the destruction is going to happen is going to be by what? Fire. Fire from what? ICBMs, missiles, okay? Where are these missiles going to come from? These different nations that have it, America, Russia, China, even these lower, weaker nations that have nuclear capabilities are going to shoot their, their nukes, okay? It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person are you to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Okay, nevertheless we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So we're looking for a new rulership, man. So for a new rulership to happen, America has to go down with violence. Okay, through people dying and economy collapsing and all hell breaking loose. Okay. She was talking about, when Jacob's trouble. She was talking about perilous times. She was talking about with the pale horse in Revelation. So when we see these different port strikes and shortages of food, prices going up, hey, this is good news for us, okay? But it's also not good news for Esau, because that's also another sign that his kingdom is falling. Okay, it says, this is Jeremiah 30, and start at 1. It says, the word that came to Jeremiah, the Lord Yahweh, saying, thus speaketh the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, saying, write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in the book. For lo, the days come, said the Lord. So the days, this is going to happen. This is prophecy of what's going to happen in the future. That I will bring again the captivity, to bring again the captivity of my people Israel. And Judah said the Lord Yahweh, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. So you see, the time is going to come where the Lord is going to what? Take us out of our captivity. We're not going back into captivity. We already serve all these captivities. America, Babylon, okay, is our last captivity, okay, for the Israelites. Okay, so that time is coming. Jake, this is the good news, but also remember, for us to, for this to happen, first all hell is going to break loose. Okay, but that doesn't mean fear. That doesn't mean worry. Okay, the scripture also tell us in the Esdras, 16 and 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, say the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid to doubt, for the Most High Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, is your God. So, you know, we know trouble is coming. We know, tribulation is coming, famine, pestilence, death. We know plagues are coming, but the scriptures tell us to not fear, don't doubt what the Lord has in store for us, because the scriptures say the Lord is going to give us, the Lord is going to give us, an expected end, okay, to deliver us from our captivity, to take down our enemies, to, collapse this American, society, okay. But this is back in Jeremiah 30:4, and these are the words that the Lord Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus said the Lord Yahweh, we have heard of ways of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Okay, be prepared for very fearful, times, man. Okay, peaceful times are not coming. Things are increasingly getting worse. Day by day, year after year, month after month. Okay, these Americans are in fear. Okay, they're in a state of, they don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, the economy, is worse than ever. The prices are through the roof. They don't know what's about to happen with the election. There can be a race war. Okay, fear of wars and rumors of wars from these different nations. And especially Jake can't afford shit. Okay, so we're in those times, man. You can see it now. There's not peace. There is no peace. We're in bad times right now. But again, it's the beginning of sorrows. 6, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alright, you have men, okay, travailing, crying, okay, like a child. Okay, let's go into that word travail. Just locking my phone. Well, it's painful or laborious effort, okay, ordeal. Okay, advice to those who wish to save great sorrow or pain, and rage and painful or laborious efforts. Okay, these men are gonna be in travail as a woman. Okay, what happens when a woman is in labor? She's crying. Okay, she's screaming. That's how these men are gonna be. It says, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So you see, with a lack of food, with these different shortages, and these storehouses appearing empty, okay, about house rooms. I'm reading 2 6 and 22. It said, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So you see, with these storehouses found empty, okay, what is going to happen? Or even if they're not found empty, which prices even through the roof. Let's say meat is like $100, regular meat. We're not even talking about steak or even good steak. We just talking about regular meat, ground beef, being $200, $300, or even $1,000. Okay, the price can go up to whatever. Okay, And this is talking about hyperinflation. Okay, you know, money's not gonna mean anything because who's gonna spend $1,000 on regular ground beef, meat? Okay, just a regular pack of 6 wings being $500. People are gonna start robbing and looting. Okay, then the store's gonna be empty because who's gonna stop them? Even the work's not gonna stop them. The police, the police are gonna try to a point, but ultimately they're gonna notice that, okay, I cannot feed my family, so the police is not gonna work. Forget the firefighters. Because why? The storehouse is gonna be empty. Your Walmart's gonna be empty. Their Presidentes, their Bravos, Whole Foods, forget about it. Okay, where else? Shit, even the gas station. Everywhere's gonna be, empty because all food is gonna be what? Stolen and stocked up for these people to eat. Okay, why? Because the prices are gonna be through the roof. Okay. So lucky. Jeremiah, 2nd Ezra 16 and 17. It says, "Woe is me who would deliver me in those days." This is Esdras. Okay, saying, "Woe is me who would deliver me in those days." It says the beginning of sorrows and great death. It's like the beginning of sorrows and great mourning. It's the beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? So you see, the beginning, it's only the beginning of these things happening. Okay, so stop trying to hope for America to get better. Okay, so should say Babylon is not healed. If we can help Babylon can't be healed. I'm not gonna butcher the scripture, but roughly paraphrasing. Okay, we would have failed Babylon, but she is not healed. Okay. You notice, that people have a false hope or a dream that things are gonna go back to how they were, like the 90s, the 2000s. Okay, people were living good. They was living good. Food wasn't that expensive. Okay, people were, America's never gonna go down. It's tranquil, so to say. But now it's, even I was on the internet. Okay, they said back then, for like McDonald's. Okay, we shouldn't even be eating McDonald's, but back then, okay, they made an order they had like 5-6 different things. It was like $10. They fast forwarded now in 2024. Those 5-6 different things were like $31. Okay, so you how prices just steadily going up. Things are not how they used to be. Okay, it's ultimately gonna get worse. Okay, it's 2nd Ezra 15 and 5. Oh, sorry, at 1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth." Right, we are the watchmen of Yahweh Shema. So when we see different things like port strikes, food shortages, prices going up, okay, this is all part of the Lord's master plan. Okay, prophecy. And what we do when we go out, we prophesy. The Lord put the Spirit on us to prophesy, to say before what is going to happen, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. For not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Right, these niggas that don't believe. Okay, we're not gonna let their unbelief, affect us, because we got a job to do. Okay, because whether you don't believe or not, all hell is still gonna break. You see it. Okay, it's not we just talking. You see the shit. You see the port strikes. You see the wars, the rumors of wars. You see the earthquakes in diverse places. You see the Lord visiting these, visiting America with different storms. Okay, Hurricane Helen, just flooded. What is that? North Carolina. It just flooded a school. The school is called Westminster. It flooded the whole school. Okay, people's homes are being destroyed. But 2 kids just died from the storm. People are also dying from this storm as well. So it's not just us just talking. You actually see it. You see the MOTB they trying to set up. You see the financial system about to collapse. The stock market is failing. This just lost $1 trillion. It just failed. Losing $1 trillion. That was like record breaking. Okay. people think that this shit gonna get better. Like, you know, you live in a fucking dream. It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Hey, look, it's 11:44. Call on my Yahweh Shema Shai. So, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the worlds, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So you see, you know. So with these different port strikes, and Lord willing to continue for a long period of time, you know, prices are gonna go up. People are not able to buy the food, so they're gonna start looting. Okay, killing each other, you know, for lack of bread. Okay, and with that, you know, it's gonna cause a famine. You know, death. And with that, you know, ultimately destruction is going to come. Okay, but I want to skip down to 14. It says, oh shit. Start at 11. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague of punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. Right? Because we're in modern day Egypt. Okay? Smite Egypt with plagues as before. Okay? You had the blood and the water. Okay? You had the frogs. You had the darkness. You know? These are just some of them. Okay? You know what they were doing? They were mourning, saying that this is the God of Israel doing these things. Because at the end of the day, everybody's going to acknowledge that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is bringing, you know, these different plagues. Okay? Hey, this is God doing this. You know, what is, you know, why? You know, they're going to be crying for, you know, God. Okay, and we're going to be rejoicing because it's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai bringing it. It says, they that to the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fell through the blessing of hell, and with a fearful consolation. Right? And they that to the ground shall mourn, they're different farmers. Okay? It says, for their seed shall fell through the blessing of hell, and with a fearful consolation, crops being destroyed by different storms. Okay? It's the Lord doing all these things. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe means destruction. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. You see? It says, you know, this is race wars. Okay? Purge like times. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. Right? He says that they're going to be sedition among men. They're not going to care what your governors, your senators have to say, because they're going to be hungry. You know, even now, you see the people, okay, they're complaining, but, you know, they're still able to, you know, eat food and, you know, somewhat take care of their families. When that option gets taken away from them completely, you can't just go to the supermarket and buy their food. What do you think is going to happen? Okay, they're going to start, you know, bearing their arms, okay? You know, using their so-called rights, their amendments, you know, bear up arms, you know, to kill, you know, their fellow American, okay? You know, it says, because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, and shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay? For the lack of bread, for the lack of food. You know, like in the article, you know, shortages of food. Okay? You know, nothing's gonna happen like, you know, right then and there, but it has to take you know, effect over a longer period of time. Because when you read the article down, it says, you know, they try to comfort you. It says other perishable articles such as cherries also move through the ports, as do a large percentage of imported wine, beer, and hard liquor. Raw materials used by the U.S. food producers such as cocoa and sugar make up a large portion of the affected imports as well, and many non-perishable goods such as furniture, appliances, and imported through the affected ports too. But it says retailers have been rushing in recent months to get imported products they expect to sell during the holiday season delivered to them before the October 1 strike deadline. Many of the goods cannot be rerouted because it doesn't make economic or logical sense to ship them by plane or to import ports of entry. The good news, your holiday shopping might not be affected as much as you might fear. Typically, 70% of goods that retailers stock up for the holidays is already shipped through the ports by this time of year, and because the strike has been telegraphed for months, the percentage is much greater this year. That's right. So, they try to give you good news as, oh, they knew that this was gonna happen, so they stocked up more than usual. But who knows, man? What Americans, they're being so fearful, they might, stock up, more than usual. Okay. So hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And give our praises to Yahweh, Bashim, Al-Shai, Bashim, Kakwadash, the all the apostles, and elders, great ministers, and Shalom, so I can labor in doing this in true sincerity. Shalom.